Hello, everyone. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our weekly all signs video that I do for each and every sign. I pull 3 cards plus get some clarification on those 3 cards. I'll go ahead this week and pull 3 cards for the universe as well to wrap those messages up. These are general messages that are timeless, so whenever you find them, you're meant to find this message because we're all on different timelines. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see what we have this week. This is what's on the menu. So Aries, let's see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. What's on the menu for my Aries people? This is also the Healing Light Tarot deck. Is the tarot deck that I'm using here as the main baseline energy. As you can see, it's a little bit slick. Can I get a message? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you're starting out in 4 Swords energy there, Aries. So it's taking a break, taking a taking a time out. That's always like my timeout card, like you just need to take a break, take it easy, relax, have some fun. And then we have the 2 of Swords, and this guy is really blinded. He's got those swords up, so this is somebody that, 2 of Swords talks about indecision or needing to make a decision, but, not wanting to make the decision because you're not wanting to see, the decision that you need to make. And funny enough, Aries, is what I'm getting for you is this 2 of Swords. If you look at it, I'm really drawn to that moon in the center of his forehead and the stars on his face. So that tells me that, like, even though it's like you're almost using your intuition, like you're closing your eyes and using your intuition, you're not letting the outside world influence the decision that you're trying to make. And this timeout is just that timeout to take a moment for yourself to really get that, to get the messages, the downloads that you may need in this time to make the decision that you need to make toward whatever that you're trying to give to, with the 6 of Pentacles being here, trying to give to some kind of situation in your life that needs to be, there needs to be a decision about it. And this, 6 of Pentacles to me definitely talks about reciprocity. And it's like, this could be, I really feel like it's twofold, and it's going to be different probably for different areas, but I'm really feeling there's definitely an imbalance somewhere in your life where, I feel like there's some areas where you might have been taking too much, or that you may be giving too much. I'm feeling like it's twofold. It just depends on, your situation, but I think it's going to be vice versa, for different areas, depending on other aspects that you have in your chart, your natal chart. So for clarification on this 4 of Swords, so that's the choices, that's the decisions, that's just, like the confusion over the decisions. I think that I really am getting this feeling, Aries, that your message is more like you're sitting in this space where, like, maybe lots of people are trying to give you advice. They're trying to give you advice on something, and it's causing you more confusion, which is like, okay, I need to stop listening to everyone around me. I need to go inside, take a minute to sort this out for myself instead of listening to everyone, everyone's ideas, and everybody, everybody has advice for you, basically. And you're like, okay, I hear you, I hear your advice, but I need to figure this out for myself is what I'm really feeling. And then on this 2 of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So this really talks about, you trying to figure out which path is going to lead to your happiness. What is going to be the right answer, right solution in the situation that's going to lead to your happiness in the situation. And then with this 6 of Pentacles, so definitely this reciprocity in the situation, this balance, this equal give and take is something that's been and hard in the situation. I don't know what the situation is to you. You're going to have to figure that out. And it's needing some clarity. You know, I think you're trying to gain that clarity. I really am feeling that, definitely off of, you know, with what I was saying about the Two of Swords and Four of Swords, that I think that you're trying to not listen and take other people's advice, to use your own intuition to figure out, to understand what you need to do. And I think that it's taking a lot of strength on your part to block out the voices of other people and what they're trying to say and the opinions and advice that they're trying to give you, to do the right thing that's best for you in this situation, is what I really feel. So we're going to get 3 final cards from the universe. So that is, let's see. I'm really picking up, this is the hidden stuff that you're trying to get light on. I really feel like this is, you know, kind of the justice that you're trying to get in a way. With that karma card, it's like you're trying to get, you know, justice in this, and it talks about, you know, like I said, you're trying to figure out what is your happiness in this situation. Not listen, not take the advice or opinions of others, because you're trying to figure out what makes you happy, you know, and making that decision to do what is best and right for you. You know, and that's what I feel here. And that's what, you know, the universe, these final cards, it's like, you know, do what is best for you. You know, I think that you're doing the right thing and you're on the right track. So if this message resonated with you and you feel like this is where you're at and that's what you're trying to do in your life, hit that like button down below. Also feel free to, share and leave any comments that you'd like to leave about your situation if you feel moved to do so. Also, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel and join my tribe. You just have to hit that subscribe button down below, and that lets you join me as I do this reading, plus a few others each and every week, plus monthly overview videos as well. So that's what I have for you this week, Aries. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Taurus, let's get on to your reading. Hello, any Tauruses out there? I thank you so much for joining me this week. If I can get these cards back in the deck. I thank you for joining me. This is what's on the menu this week. It's basically what we find what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. See what you're going through, what you might be going through, what you might need to know. So it looks like you might have a new start in love. Really picking up love strongly off that Ace of Cups. There might be someone around you that's wanting to express their feelings for you as well. And then you have the Five of Cups as well. So this might be somebody that is missing you, that has some regrets. Now we got 2 cards that came out, and I always take them if they come out. So you have the 9 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. So it looks like to me, this is really talking about either someone around you. This is either you or someone around you that is was realizing that they maybe weren't being independent or being separated or away from you, or maybe making the choice to disconnect from you, Taurus, kind of left them a little bit bewildered. They thought that they wanted their independence. They thought they wanted to be free. They thought that they wanted to be free of you, or, they ended things and didn't, thought, oh, I'm just not going to look back. I'm just going to go my own way, do my own thing. I have all these options. And then I think that they're realizing that maybe you, that you were the best option is what I'm really picking up on, is they think that maybe because this guy on this 9 of Cups to me looks like, almost like that full, wanting to jump and take a leap of faith, toward, resolving this, because they realize that, it's kind of made them sad that they're missing you and longing you and realizing that you were the best choice. And now that they've had time away from you, they realize that you were the best choice, and they're wanting to offer you this cup of love is what I'm really picking up on, Taurus. So on this Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Wands. So that's, making that decision, making it's a decision. It's a crossroads between 2 points of trying to, it's longing to go in a direction, and trying to sort out what that direction is. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So I think that they're, they might, they might come in a little bit, in maybe a little bit, I really feel like it's this Seven of Swords is more talking about kind of strategy, like they might be it's sneaky in a way of trying to get what they want, that they're hoping they'll say the right thing, do the right thing to get what they want, is what I'm really picking up off of that Seven Swords. Like they're trying to think, how do I make this happen? Especially with this King of Swords being here. It's like, how do I make this happen? What do I need to do? Because he's my strategist. The King of Swords, to me, I see that as the strategist, somebody that's trying to use strategy to get what they want, and that's what I see here is somebody definitely, because they, like I said, they really are missing you, and they're wanting to, I'm not really getting so much an energy of apologize. I really think that they do want to set things right. They want to come back into union with you. But I don't think, I don't think you're going to get an apology from this person if they did something wrong, So I'm just letting you know, I don't feel like they want to apologize. They just want to fix the problem. They just want to be back into your life. So off of the Nine of Cups and Seven of Cups here, we have the Queen of Wands, which is someone that's just very, that finds you very attractive. They have a lot of desire and passion for you. And, this is something that they've been wishing for. They, like I said, I really feel like they thought that they wanted to have their freedom. They saw they had all these options available to them, and they were distracted by these options. They went toward something new and shiny because I think that they were lured and drawn toward other things in their lives, and thought that that's what they wanted, and then kind of had that regret, that realized that you were what they wanted and not something else. So I think they have those regrets there because they realized that you were what they want. You were the choice that they should have made, they should have offered that cup of love to you and not somebody else, or other things, something else, another energy, whether that be, pursued a job, or something, or another relationship, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to necessarily be another person. So the final cards from the universe on this Taurus is we have the Empress, which I feel is you, and what you represent that Empress energy. That's somebody that's got all their stuff together. You're looking very attractive to this person. You're looking like, you are the Empress to them, and they want to work on this situation. They want to bring it back together. They want you back in their life. And they may not approach it in the best way. I see that they may not do it in the best manner. That you may have to have, if you may have to have a little bit of compassion for this person, and understanding that they may not come in a way that's going to be lovey-dovey, that's going to make you maybe be happy with the type of approach that they have in coming in, but understand that this person does really want you in their life, and maybe they're not the best at apologizing and admitting, taking responsibility and admitting their guilt. They're not ready to own up to that yet. So understand that they're not there yet, but they do miss you. They really do miss you. They understand, they realize that they need to work on this, that they need to put more effort and energy to this. They need, they do actually want you in their life. And I think this is just a person that maybe doesn't know how to fix things. So it's up to you, Taurus, whether you are going to want to, accept this person back into your life, depending on what they did, and how they did it, and how they approach. That's, we all have we all have the ability to choose what we want, and only you know your situation in this matter. So you'll have to use, your discernment to decide whether you want to let this person back in your life. But understand that they do miss you quite a bit. If you look at your baseline, it's all cups. It's all a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, and they may not show that, because if you look at, underneath, it's not coming out with that and showing that love necessarily. It's somebody that's coming in kind of more in a swords energy, because they want to, it's like they want to fix things. So they're coming in more I wouldn't say practically, but more, like I said, from a kind of a strategic standpoint of hoping that they can fix the problem, like somebody that wants to fix the problem, that's focused on, fixing the problem versus, just coming in with their heart white on their sleeve, or heart wide open, and showing up, in that, loving, apologetic energy, because they're definitely not at that point yet, Taurus, where they're ready to own up and be responsible for their actions yet. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. If that message resonated with you, hit that like button down below. And feel free to leave any comments that you'd wish to leave for me, or any others to share your story with other Tauruses as well, so they can, they might benefit from your story as well. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do this reading plus a few others each and every week. I'd love to have you join me if you're moved to do so. I appreciate you so much if you do. I thank you so much, Taurus, for joining me this week and taking time out of your busy schedule to do so. I wish you the very, very best. Joy, love, and light. Hello, Gemini. Hello to any Geminis out there that decided to join me this week. I appreciate you so much. If you're joining me, this is what's on the menu this week. We see, what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. What do they have to say to you and your sign? What do you need to know? What's on the menu? We pull 3 cards, some clarification, and 3 cards from the universe, and that's the way we do these. So we're starting out with the Ace of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. So it looks like you're sabotaging your new beginnings. I think there's something that you need to let go of. You need to walk away from. And I'm really picking up with this Swords energy. I'm really picking up, this is a behavior pattern. This is a form of self-sabotage, that you're not having this happy new beginning of stability in your life because you're self-sabotaging yourself in some way. There's some kind of way you do things, or the way you think of things, limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs. It's almost like somebody that talks themselves out of something, I'm really picking up on that energy of that you're creating your own rocky waters, you're creating your own turbulence in your life. So if there's an area in your life where things aren't going smoothly, that seems to be a lot of conflict, that seems to just be eating at you, or just seems to, where you have a lot of frustration around, it's probably because of the way you're either viewing the situation, or it's some kind of way that you are acting or thinking something along those lines that's causing it to be as turbulent in that area of your life as it is. It's definitely something that you need to look at, that you're, I hate to say it, but really that in a sense that you're the one causing the issue, that you're your own worst enemy is what this is saying to me. And so this is saying, to have this new beginning, to have a successful new beginning, a cycle needs to end. You need to leave something behind. You need to let go of something. Definitely need to let go of something, Gemini, if you want this successful, new, stable beginning. And this is, with that judgment is definitely, so this could be in a romantic situation. This could be, where there's a person in your life that that you've had, that has the relationship has been turbulent, somebody that you have a lot of feelings for, and the universe is saying it's time to make that decision. Are you going to set this down? Are you going to are you going to have the stable new beginning? Are you going to end the cycle and stop doing what you're doing to self-sabotage the situation? Because you're your own worst enemy here, in having this new beginning that you want. There's some way of thinking or doing things that's causing you to, that is causing you this turbulence that you're experiencing right now, that's causing you this frustration, because it's just something, and it's going to be different for each Gemini. You're going to have to figure out, what is that one thing that you can't let go of, that you can't, is it like, was there an argument here that you're not leaving in the past? Is there a way of being? Are there certain actions you're taking, like, not communicating enough, or, what are some other examples of things that ways you could be self-sabotaging? Feeling that you're not worthy, being insecure, feeling like you're not worthy enough of the relationship, so you self-sabotage. There's different things like that. It's going to be different for each Gemini out there. And so this is really with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Cups here. It's your desire to leave these turbulent waters. That's your desire, is to leave these turbulent waters behind. You want to move on to smoother waters in this relationship, or in this context of this, whatever this significant what the Lovers is representing to you here. Because the Lovers also talks about a choice. It's a choice that we have to make. You can choose to continue to self-sabotage and continue the cycle of self-sabotage, or you can choose to set this down, and rectify the situation. Leave whatever this is behind, that where you're self-sabotaging yourself in this relationship, and leave that behind. So let's go ahead and get 3 cards from the universe on this, Gemini. So 8 of Pentacles. So you're telling me you're trying to work on this. You're trying to work on this because it's something that's important to you. You're trying. I had the 9 of Swords, but it's causing you some anxiety. It's definitely, with that 9 of Swords, almost wanted to come out. It's causing you, it flipped there. It's causing you a little bit of anxiety for sure. Because I think that what you need to do. I think, and you're trying to get there. You're trying to work on it, but it's very slow. This isn't the easiest thing for you. Whatever this is that you're trying to change to end this cycle. This hasn't been an easy cycle for you, and you're really wanting it to end. You're wanting a new cycle to begin. You're telling me you're working toward it, but you're working toward it very slowly. That because it causes you some stress, it causes you some anxiety, causes you a little bit of sleepless nights at times, and you're as much as you want to give to the situation, as much as you want to work on the situation, you're still stumbling. You're still making your way and stumbling to get there. It's not an overnight process, is what you're telling me. You're like, I'm working on it. Just it's taking some time. It's not. This isn't going to be quick. Just have patience with me, is what I'm picking up. So that's what I have for you, Gemini, this week. Here it looks like, whatever this is for you, you're telling me you're trying to work on it. You may not see that physically that you're trying to work on it, but mentally, or energetically in the 5D, that you may be, there may be things, wheels spinning in the background toward healing this aspect, or setting this down. It just may not be present quite yet. It's slow to come, but you are working on it. So that's a really good sign. I hope that that continues and you do get there. Because I see this, there's that happy new beginning, that stable, happy new beginning there, and victory in that stable new beginning if you can get on the other side of this. So that's what I have for you this week, Gemini. If that message resonated, or you hope it did, hit that like button down below and let me know. Also, feel free to leave any comments you wish to leave for me or your fellow Geminis. So, maybe, something you say will help somebody else out as well. So keep that in mind. I'd love to have you also as a member of my channel. You just have to subscribe, hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to be a part of my tribe, and I'd love to have you. I appreciate you so very much. If you joined me this week, thank you so much again. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Cancer. Hello, Cancers and any Cancerians out there that decided to join me this week. I appreciate you if you are taking time out of your schedule to watch. This is what's on the menu this week. We pull 3 cards, get some clarification, pull some final cards from the universe, see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about. So what do you have for Cancers this week, please, universe? What do they need to know? So we're starting out the gate with Judgment, with the Judgment card. And the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like you're trying to have patience with yourself. There's something you're trying to learn here. Definitely, it looks like there was a lesson that you had to learn about how you feel. How you feel about something. Like I think that the way that the Queen of Cups in this deck is holding that cup up in almost like a toast or celebration, like it's kind of like illuminating. I think something, the way you feel about something was illuminated to you, and you're trying to learn that lesson, with the Page of Pentacles being here and Judgment. So it's like, that judgment of basically, did you learn the lesson? And I think that you have. Whatever that lesson is, I think that this is telling me that if you haven't completely learned the lesson, you are learning it with the Page of Pentacles. You are, you are that student. You are aware of the lesson that you needed to learn when it comes to love, feelings, relationships, something of that matter. And Judgment on Judgment. Look at that. 2 different decks. That's amazing. That's really significant when something like that happens. That tells me that you are about ready to pass judgment. This is a significant point in your life, Cancer. This is, make or break it time with Judgment on Judgment. This is telling me that, this is do or die time. Did you learn the lesson or not? Because judgment, we have to pass judgment for a new cycle to begin. For otherwise, if we don't learn the lesson, we get kicked back and we have to repeat that same cycle. So with Judgment on Judgment, that tells me that the universe is saying, okay, this is do or die time. Did you learn the lesson? Or did you not? Are you going to repeat the cycle? Are you going to do what needs to be done, to get past judgment and, learn your lessons, get past judgment and start a new chapter in your life, one where the universe is going to bring you things that are more in line with the lesson that you learned, that it'll start moving things away from you that no longer serve you. Are you ready for that? And this really talks to me with the King of Swords and the Emperor coming out on that Page of Pentacles. That talks about, wanting to do what it takes. The King of Swords, I always say he's my strategist. He's the one that knows, he knows what, the Queen of Swords knows what needs to be done and will take action. And the King of Swords is like my chess player. Like he's how do I enact this to have the greatest success? And then with the Emperor, that's that boss energy of bossing up, and doing what needs to be done. Like I said, I really felt like you're learning the lessons, and walking away, having the insight to walk away from anything, anyone, or any behaviors in other people, or even in yourself, that that aren't best suited for you, that aren't for your highest good. I really feel that for you, Cancer. This is a moment of, like I said, kind of do or die, in a sense of, are you going to repeat the pattern, and are you going to allow these kind of behaviors? Are you going to keep allowing those kind of behaviors in your life? Or, what needs to be done here. You need to take that sword and stand in this Emperor, King of Swords energy, and cut things and people out of your life that aren't for your highest good, that don't serve you, and don't bring you the happiness and joy, things that you shouldn't be given to. This is the Queen of Cups has so much love to give. And so this talks about, to me, Cancer, especially being a water sign, Cancers have so many emotions, and this is somebody that's super, super emotional. This embodies you and your emotions, and you have so much to give, and you're such a giving person that sometimes people take advantage of that. And you're starting to realize how people are taking advantage of you. With the Ace of Swords here, you're realizing how people take advantage of you, with this Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. How people are taking advantage of you. You're seeing that, and you know what you need to do to change that, to keep these people from taking advantage of you. You know that there's some boundaries that need to be set, that you need to be the strategist, that you need to set an Emperor and set the boundaries that you need to set to take charge of your life, to overcome this cycle of having people that show up in your life that don't have your highest good, the giving of your love and energy and time to people and things that don't give it back, is what I'm getting. So we have, there's the Devil coming out. So these are the final cards, final messages from the universe. The Page of Swords, which doesn't surprise me. That's somebody that has something to say, and wants to say it. And I think that, this is, like I said, I really feel like you're learning your lesson, that you're taking that sword and wanting to cut out any toxic behavior, cut out toxic things. I think everything in this reading tells me that you're learning the lesson, that whatever the lesson was for you, you're learning it. You're seeing it for what it is, and you're learning it. And then the Four of Wands. So that's, cutting out anything that's toxic, that's not going to give you the stability, that's not going to lead to something long-term that's not in your best interest. Like I said, this is, if it's not for your highest good, you're going to cut that out. You're going to take that sword and swiftly cut out anything in your life, Cancer, that isn't going to end up in your happiness. In this celebration, can be a card to celebration, of celebrating and having happiness and joy in your life, stable happiness and joy in your life. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. That's what's on the menu for you this week. If that message resonated with you, hit that like button down below. Feel free to leave any comments that you want to leave for me or for other people, other Cancers as well, because anything that you want to share might help somebody else out as well. I thank you once again for joining me this week. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you just have to hit that subscribe button down below, and you'll know when I post these readings plus the other ones that I do, and I'd love to have you. So I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light. Hello, Leo. Hello to any Leos out there that decided to join us this week. Thank you so much for joining me. This is what's on the menu this week. I pulled 3 cards, get some clarification. We're going to pull 3 cards from the final cards from the universe, see what they have to say about or to your sign this week. See what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. What's on the menu for my Leos, please? Universe, what is on the menu for my Leos this week, please? So you're starting out the gate with justice. So what are you wanting justice for, Leo? For someone that moved away from you, that caused you a lot of turbulence, caused you a lot of stress in your life, caused you those rocky waters. It looks like you're hoping that they'll apologize to you. So it looks like to me that somebody caused an upheaval in your life and you're looking for an apology. You're wanting that justice and wanting an apology from someone is what I'm really picking up, Leo. You're hoping to get an apology for their actions, the way they acted towards you, and to find that justice that you feel you deserve in this situation because you feel like you were mistreated in some way, slighted, mistreated. That's what I'm really picking up on. And there's that apology coming out again. So again, wanting an apology, really there's somebody or something that you're wanting an apology. And maybe the apology of ending the situation or making you feel like the situation was over, maybe doing something that caused the situation to be over. Maybe they did something that caused things to end, and you're hoping that they'll come back around and apologize for what they did that ended things, that abruptly ended things. So we have on the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands and the Emperor. So it tells me here that this was somebody's behavior. So this is the behavior that they had that you're wanting an apology for, that they have been in and out. They've been indecisive. They've been in and out. I think there's been a lot of, maybe a little bit of pride and ego that got in the way here of somebody, wanting to control the situation or feeling like they, they wanted to do what they wanted to do. They kind of a little bit of selfish energy is what I'm getting. I think somebody was selfish in this situation, and that caused some pain and hurt and an ending in this situation, because they kind of just did what they wanted to with that Knight of Wands energy and Emperor. They kind of just did what they wanted to do, and they weren't compassionate and sympathetic to your feelings, Leo, is what I'm really picking up on, and that's what you're wanting an apology for. You don't like the way that they hurt you, and it's caused you a lot of stress and pain the way they treated you. It really did, and that's why you're wanting this apology. You're kind of, I feel like she's kind of hurt and mad and disappointed and upset, that she was treated this way, in the way you were treated, and that's why you're wanting that apology. You're really, really, wanting something to be resolved here. I really feel like you're having to stand up and in this situation, because you've really been thinking about it. You've really been thinking about what needs to be done here, and you feel like what's only fair and just in the situation. What's fair and just is you're hoping that you're going to get an apology from this person, but understand that sometimes you'll never get the closure that you want. Sometimes that justice will never happen. We have to give it to ourselves sometimes. And so I think that's what the universe has kind of wanted me to say, that don't get caught up in expecting an apology from someone, because that's hoping and having expectations someone will do something, and we can't control what other people will do. So you made that apology may never come, and you have to be prepared for that. You have to be ready to give yourself justice and put this relationship aside and let it be over, because it might be a case of rejection is protection, type of scenario is what I'm really picking up. Is there might be, in this case, this happened for a reason. and it needed to end because there was something, you know, this person wasn't treating you in the best light. And so may have been in your best interest that this person did leave your life, you know, so keep that in mind, and understand that you may not get the apology that you're so desperately hoping to get. That's what the universe is really wanting me to say, so that you know, you do the work that it may require to close this for yourself, put an end to it, and bring justice to yourself, to make yourself feel better. So you have the Eight of Wands with the Moon. So you secretly, that's that secret desire that you have for this person to apologize. You know, that you're really hoping and longing for this person in your, you know, this is hidden, that you're secretly desiring that this person is going to communicate and apologize to you, that they're going to come back around, that they're just taking their time about it. But they may not, so you have to be prepared for that as well. If they are coming, you know, they're coming very slowly if they are coming, but I think that you have to understand, you know, that there may be, that the universe may have intervened here in your behalf, and maybe it was best for this person to be taken out of your life, or at least at this time. It's saying to me that, you know, maybe there is a possibility for what you're wanting in the future, but it's not going to be in the immediate future. It's going to be very slow. I mean, look at this knight. He's not even moving. He's just standing there contemplating, you know, so it's not going to be something that's going to be fast. You know, you're wanting and desiring this fast communication, but it's saying it's not going to be fast. If this person does come back around, it is not going to be fast. It's going to take some time. I think that they have some lessons and some things they need to do on their part. Lessons they need to learn that they haven't learned yet. And they just weren't at the right vibrational frequency to stay and be in your life. You know, even though you may want them there, the universe is saying, yeah, they're not at the best, not in the best place to be in your life that'll serve your highest good. The universe has other plans for you. So that's what I have for you, Leo. So if that message resonated with you, hit that like button down below and let me know that it resonated with you. Also, feel free to leave any comments and hit that subscribe button if you feel moved to. I'd love to have you join my channel as I do this reading and a few others each and every week, and I'd love to have you. I thank you once again for joining me this week. I wish you the very, very best. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Virgo. Hello, Virgo, and hello to any of Virgos out there that decided to join me this week. I thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join me. This is what's on the menu this week. We pulled 3 cards, some clarification cards, plus 3 final cards from the universe, and see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. What do you have what's on the menu for my Virgos this week, please, universe? What is on the menu for them this week? So you're starting out with the King of Pentacles, which is great energy, Virgo. Very great energy. So standing, you know, feeling confident, standing on your own. Ace of Wands. So it looks like you're about ready to have a passionate new beginning. It looks like you're confident. You know, you have a lot of confidence in this new beginning, this passionate new beginning that you're wanting to have. And then with the 4 of Pentacles is, I really feel like this is like, if you look like, I think, you know, a lot of times 4 of Pentacles can talk about like holding back or holding on to something, and you see he's holding this big thing, but I think I'm really picking up on, you know, that this is almost like he's ready to throw that down. You know, I'm really picking up on the message that, you know, he's got that ball up in the air like he's about ready to hurl it, hurl it in a direction away from him, that he's tired of holding it, tired of holding on to something, and ready to set it down is what I really feel like. And because I really feel like, you're ready to have a new start in something. And so this Five of Swords talks about, it's kind of a little bit of my self-sabotage card, like it talks about mental, like that mental conflict of maybe, almost like talking yourself out of something. This could be a little bit of insecurity around taking this new beginning of going after what you're passionate about, of setting down this burden over here of what you've been holding back, what you've been holding on to, holding back on. I really feel like you're wanting to set that down. Yeah, see, there's the Four of Pentacles again coming out, and see how tightly he's holding on to that. So it's like that's where this conflict is. It's between, it's like this little insecurity of the fear of having that new beginning. I mean, your desire is to set that down and have this new beginning, but there's this, I'm really picking up on, Virgo, this little bit of insecurity around doing that fear of having, of starting something new and walking away from, something that you may need to walk away from, that you may need to end in your life in order to have this new beginning. It's kind of like, I really am going to tell you to watch later today. I publish this around noon my time, and then usually a few hours later I publish my soul weather forecast for the week as well. And I think that message in the soul weather forecast for this week really speaks to this. They tie hand in hand with this message, as far as, the fact that it's like there's something, it's like stuck between the place of knowing what you need to do, but having the fear of doing it. Like there's something you need to end or stop or walk away from, set down. And this can be a behavior. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but there's something you're holding on to that you need to walk away from to have this new beginning. And there's this fear in you, this little bit of fear of the success in this situation. There's the anxiety. I told you, I felt like this was a burden, that this was pretty stressful, that you wanted to set that down. You were tired of holding that weight, holding on to whatever that is. You're tired of holding on to it. And this is saying you do need to let that go, because it's been causing you a lot of stress, holding on to the, whatever that is, a way of thinking, a situation, a person, whatever it is, and move toward what is going to bring you stability. And I'm sorry, I hit the camera. Bring you that stability and, embrace the King of Pentacles energy that you have. I mean, that's your earth energy, Virgo. Embrace that king, that King of Pentacle energy of being confident and sure, self-assured, and understanding that you have everything you need to, that you have the confidence to bring about the abundance that you want in your life, to go after what you're passionate about. And we're going to do this. For some reason I use the universe cards that I've been using as your clarification, so we're going to use the ones I usually use as a clarification as universe cards for yours. For some reason wanted to do that, so I don't know why it was I pulled that deck. It must have been a reason. There must have been the clarification needed to come out the way it did from that deck. So that's basically where you're at. I really feel like this week, that's what you're going to be struggling with is trying to get over any insecurities you have, to leave something behind, to set something back down that you've been holding on to that has caused you a lot of anxiety and stress. I mean, this is definitely feeling like stress, sleepless nights, like really plaguing you, like on your mind, plaguing you. whatever this is. And then with the Page of Cups, I really feel like this is you just, I almost feel like, this is you bringing judgment to you, to your life. Like I said, embracing, not being afraid. Pages are children, and so sometimes they, this is a downgrade, a huge downgrade from, the King of Pentacles here. And so it's not, don't be afraid to make this change. And it's okay if you start out small, especially, if it's something you're passionate about, you can move toward it slowly. The Knight of Pentacles is slow. You can do this slowly over time. You don't have to do it, right now, this second. You can do this over time, and bring, in the cycle, bring judgment to yourself in the situation, or bring judgment to this situation, or this, whatever it is that you're clinging to and holding on to that you don't want to change, that there's something in your life you're just not wanting to let go of. And the universe is saying you need to let go of this. You're not going to have the abundance and happiness and the success that you want to have until you set this down, and end the cycle of holding on to whatever you're holding on to that you need to release. So that's what I have for you this week, Virgo. If that message resonated, hit that like button down below. Also, feel free to share any comments you want to share with me or your fellow Virgos. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to join me this week. I do appreciate anyone that takes time to watch my videos. Also, I'd love to have you on, subscribe to my channel and be part of my tribe and join me as I do this reading plus a few other ones each and every week. So I'd love to have you. So to know when I post those, you just have to hit that subscribe button down below. I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light. Libra, hello, Libra. Hello to any Libras out there. This is what's on the menu this week. This is where I pull 3 cards, get some clarification cards, and then find 3 final cards from the universe, and we see what they want to talk to your sign about this week, Libra. So out the gate, we have the 5 of Swords, which to me is usually a card of self-sabotage, but I really feel like off of this card right now for you, I'm picking up on someone, he's like, hey, wait for me, wait up, wait up. I'm coming. I really feel like, maybe I really am feeling like you, Libra, I think something transformed for you is what I'm really picking up here. I'm really picking up, I'm drawn to that butterfly on the King of Swords transformation. And if you look at with this King of Swords card here, on this King of Swords, you see these two people down here, down below, and he's standing up above, he's looking down on the situation. And I think that he's gained new insight and clarity on a situation. And you've gained clarity and insight into something, because if you look with this card, there's those 2 people again. And now it's like, wait up, hold on. It's like understanding or trying to catch up. Because you're learning the lesson that you need to. It's like you don't want to be left behind, sort of thing. You feel like someone or something is slipping away from you, Libra, and so you're trying to do what it takes to not let them get away. Is what you're trying to figure out and learn what you need to catch up. To catch up with this person or thing, it doesn't have to be a person or thing that is slipping away from you, that you feel is getting away from you, that you're losing. I feel like you feel like you're about to lose something, and you're trying to, you're trying to make sure you don't lose it, is what I'm really picking up on. And with the King of Cups, I feel like this is something that's significant to you, something you really, really, you don't want to lose in your life. You definitely don't want to lose. You're hoping that you can catch up, that you're not going to lose that. You're hoping that you'll have, the luck will be in your favor, that you'll be able to do what it takes to keep this in your life, that it won't slip away. And I mean, look at all these kings coming out, Libra. Good Lord. Almost all the kings on the table here. The only one that you're missing is the King of Wands, which is possibly a good thing. A lot of stability showing through. Definitely on that King of Swords. It's like, look at all the stability showing up on the clarification of that King of Swords. Like I said, I really felt like transformation. Like you realized, like you had this insight into realizing what your abundance and stability and security was for you, and ready to move toward it, and ready to make the changes. But as you see, it's taking time. It's taken some time, which is why you feel like this is getting away from you, because it's been taking time. It's not something that's happened really quickly. And so I really feel like this might have been a connection that you feel like, that almost like that soulmate energy, where you feel like somebody, but that person is slipping away and getting away from you because you've taken so much time to figure something out. Like maybe you've been on the fence for a very long time about how you feel. And so you feel like this person's getting away, they're leaving you behind, they maybe no longer have feelings for you because you've taken so long to either give them an answer or to make time for them in life. I don't know. It's going to be different for every single Libra out there. But this really is talking about someone or something. I'm leaning toward a person, but someone or something. It might be something for some of you. But I'm really picking up soulmate energy or someone significant in your life that you feel like is leaving your life, that you feel like you're about to lose in your life. And you're trying to play a little bit of catch up, you're trying to figure out what you need to do to make this a more stable situation, but it's just, I feel like, I don't know at this time if you're going to catch this person or not. I mean, that's not really out here. I know you're trying to, you know what? Let's see, what deck do I want to use? I think I'm going to use this deck here. I think I'm going to pull a couple cards to see, are you going to catch this person? Let's see if we can the universe wants to tell us if you're going to catch this person or not. Are you going to catch up with them? Are you going to be, or the situation, are you going to be able to, catch up with them and keep them in your life? Are you going to be able to keep them in your life? That's not, I said, I didn't feel like so it's definitely someone significant with the Empress coming out there. But I feel like this is you're not having faith in the situation, that confidence and faith that this is going to happen with that Nine of Cups, because that's usually our wish fulfillment. And you feel like your wish isn't going to be fulfilled of keeping this person in your life. And that's why you're wanting the wheel to turn here. Okay, yeah, so that this person is very significant. Like I said, for some of you, it's something versus a person, but I feel like it's a person for most of you, Libra, very significant person, something that represents, someone that's nurturing and caring, that gives, that's very giving and loving, and someone that is significant, that, that you have a lot, this is your wish, but you feel like this wish isn't going to be granted. And so I think with the question that I asked is, are you going to catch up with this person? I think that the answer that it's giving me here is it really depends on you and your level of confidence. And whether, because this is upside down. So this is telling me this is what's hindering you. This is what's keeping you from coming together or catching up with this person, is your lack of faith that you will, that's what I'm really picking up from. Let's go ahead and get your final cards from the universe. But that's what's blocking you or keeping you from catching up or keeping this person or situation in your life from letting it. It's going to slip away if you don't have the confidence in yourself and believe and trust that it is going to happen. It's that level of trusting in the universe that if it's meant to be, it will happen, so you have to have that trust and faith. And I think that's really the significant message that's coming out. It's having that faith that you can come together and have a reunion with this person if you trust and have faith and believe that you will, that's really what I'm picking up. So you have the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is about setting our intentions. He is about ready to embark on a journey. He's looking out on the horizon, and his intention is set toward moving toward a person or place. And as we open this reading, the Five of Swords, I talked about that self-sabotage. So the self-sabotage, the reason you're not caught up with this person or thing in your life, or why it's slipping away, is for your own self-sabotage, because you aren't trusting and having faith that, that you're meant to be together, that this is really, someone that can be your wish fulfillment if you want it to. It's like you're questioning that. You're being a little wishy-washy. You're questioning whether it's really meant to be in your life or not. And when you have that indecision, then the universe doesn't know whether you really want it or not. So you have to have confidence and faith that it's for you, for you had to have a good chance of the universe, trying to bring you together. It's kind of like, being the magician and manifesting something that you want. You have to have the confidence to know that is what you want. You have to know that's what you want. And I see somebody that's still struggling with that, of knowing whether it's really what you want or not. I mean, I see that you do have a real huge desire, not only with that star card that came out, but here you have a desire to reunite with this person. You do want to catch up with them. You don't want to lose them in your life. You want to have this reunion with them, successful reunion with them. But like I said, I think like I think that there's just something in there, that some kind of insecurity or something that's coming to the forefront, that you feel like you're not worthy maybe of this person, and that lack of worthiness of believing in yourself and the universe is keeping you from this coming together. So in the way that you're hoping that it's going to come together, and the universe is saying right there that that it is possible. It's saying that you can have this. You can have this, but you have to trust. You have to trust that it's going to happen. The universe is saying, trust in me. Trust in me. If you want it to happen, trust in me. And I think that's the biggest message for you this week, Libra. So if that resonated with you, hit the like button down below. Feel free to leave any comments that you want to leave for me or your fellow Librans. I'm sure that they might find something that might help them as well if you leave a comment. Also, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel and join me each week as I do these this message plus a few other ones each and every week. I'd love to have you join me as part of my tribe. I thank you so much for joining me this week. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio, and any Scorpios out there that are joining me this week. I thank you so much if you're joining me. I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come listen to me talk. I appreciate that so much. This is what's on the menu for this week. I pulled 3 cards, get some clarification cards, and then we pulled 3 final cards from the universe, see what they have to say to your sign this week. So looks like to me that this is some interesting energy here. So I definitely feel like you have something to say to someone. I feel like you definitely have the confidence to do it, but I'm really picking up on I'm being drawn to the flames here, you know, the flames. And if you see, there's these 2, I think they're supposed to be lions down here in the flames, you know. Well, the King of Wands usually represents Leos, and so I'm guessing those are supposed to be lions that are here on this card. But I really feel like conflict, because this is like, you know, I think it's not seeing eye to eye with someone. And, you know, because wands can talk about passion, but, you know, sometimes passion is anger. You know, it can be anger and it can be frustration at someone, or something. And I really feel like, for you, Scorpio, there's someone that you're having a little bit of a tiff with, that you might be having an argument and a tiff with, that you're not seeing eye to eye on. And so I think that you're, you know, with these pages coming out, I really feel like, to me, this is people, I'm picking up this energy that you might be, there might be people around you that are trying to give you their opinions and advice on stuff. And they may not be telling you the best thing. Like, they may not be giving you the best advice. They may be adding fuel to the fire, is what I'm picking up on, Scorpio. They may be helping fuel the fire of the conflict that you're having with whatever aspect, you know, whatever it is that this, because I feel like there's someone or something in your life that you're frustrated with, that you're having, you know, that has your hair in a dander, or just like this, like got you frustrated and angry. But I think that the people around you might be adding confusion and fuel to the fire. So it's saying here, you know, with the Hermit and the 6 of Wands coming out on the Page of Cups, that's really telling me that, you know, success in this can be found when you use your own wisdom. I really feel like it's cutting out these people that are talking in your ear, that are giving you bad advice. There's somebody, you know, people around you, person or people around you that is giving you some really bad advice that is fueling this and causing this to crumble. Like, you know, they're making matters worse. I said that. I really felt like they're making matters worse by the advice they're giving you, that you need to use your own intuition and guidance to tell you what's right and the right thing to do here. And there's, you know, we also have the High Priestess. That's your intuition, you know, to understand what needs to take place with that Page of Swords, you know, knowing what needs to be said or done, using your intuition to know what needs to be said or done, to resolve this issue, to lay this burden down. It's going to take your intuition and your wisdom, your inner knowledge. It's not listening to other people and what other people have to say, but you know, knowing yourself and knowing who you are and what you want. That's what it's really talking about, is knowing what you want, and when you cut the other people out of the equation and sit down and really think about what you want and desire, regardless of what other people think. This is like a little bit, I almost feel like this is somebody, this is speaking to somebody that takes the advice and opinion or cares about what other people think of them. Really feeling that is that energy in this baseline is that if you're somebody that cares about what other people think, that I think that that's causing some problems in your life. That's what's causing a lot of burden and towers to crumble, things to crumble in your life is because you're so worried about what other people think or what they say or do that, you're not doing what's best for you, is what I really feel like here. And that's why, you're not being successful. To have that success, you need to cut these other people out or listen to your own intuition, your own knowledge, your own wisdom that you have to know what's best and right for you, and not to care so much about what other people think or what they say. Because this has left you out in the cold. This is what's made you sad and depressed and lonely, maybe because you've cut things and people out of your life because you were worried about what other people thought. You wanted to be this queen and sit on this throne and have everybody admire and look at you and admire you and look up to you. And so maybe you haven't always done necessarily what's best for you, which is what's got you a little bit sad and depressed and left you confused as to what you really want, because I think you've been worried so much about what other people want that it's left you confused as to what you really want. So this is really telling me that you need to take the time. If this is resonating with you, take the time to figure out what you want in life, Scorpio. Figure out, like I said, cut out, don't worry about what other people think and say. If the people really, if they are that vain that they, if they don't want you in their life because of what you say and do, you probably don't need them in your life. They probably aren't people that you should be surrounded with. They are people that are, that may, I'm seeing that they're people that may not have your best interest at heart. They think they know what's best, but it's not what's best for you, Scorpio. And you need to do what's best for you, regardless of whether that angers other people around you or whether it's not what other people around you want for you. They don't know what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you. So that's what I have for you this week, Scorpio. If that message resonated, hit that like button. Feel free to leave any comments for me or for your fellow Scorpios, because something you say may help another person out as well. So keep that in mind. I thank you once again for joining me. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join my channel, join my tribe. I'd love to have you as part of my tribe. I do this reading plus a few others each and every week, and I'd love to have you. So I thank you so much, and I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me this week. This is what's on the menu for, excuse me, what's on the menu this week for your sign. We see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about. Pull 3 cards, get some clarification, then we pull 3 final cards from the universe and see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about. So what do we got for our Sagittariuses? We got the Page of Wands. So I'm really getting curiosity. I'm really picking up curiosity, and also something significant is going to happen in this fall. We're getting closer and closer to fall season. It's just around the corner, but I'm really picking up with I'm being drawn to all the leaves. So I have a feeling that this is something that's going to happen around fall time. It may not be this week, or maybe something that's happening now that is going to lead to something that's going to be more significant come the fall. Like this is maybe the precipice of the start of something that's going to lead, and that doesn't surprise me with the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So so it looks like to me that I think that you're kind of putting something into play that is going to that's going to take some time, before it comes to fruition, which is why I say, I think you're putting the wheels in motion now to something that might lead to coming, that's going to take some time, that you might see fruition in the fall time about. I'm definitely going to have to clarify that. Oh, I'm clarifying all of them, but that Seven of Swords, if you, I feel like this is, this is someone, I really feel like someone that is sneaking away in the night. I really feel like this is someone that, this is representing something that, like maybe you're doing this secretly. Whatever this is that you're putting in motion, you're not sharing that with anyone. You're sneaking, you're keeping this behind closed doors. You're keeping this a secret, whatever you're working on that you're moving toward. Sagittarius, you're keeping it under wraps, tight wraps. You're keeping it under the moon, keeping it hidden from other people is what I'm really feeling and picking up. So let's go ahead and start our clarification. So on the Page of Wands, we have the Two of Cups. This could be a relationship. Two of Cups can talk about a significant relationship, a counterpart, a significant other. That could be the case. Or maybe, you know what? Actually, I don't think this is someone in your life right now. I think that this is what's giving you anxiety of whether you're going to, I think that you're wanting to find someone that you feel like is your Two of Cups, your counterpart. I think that this is something that keeps you up at night. Are you ever going to find that person that is your counterpart, your other half? I think that's what's plaguing you. And I think that you're wondering if you're ever going to find that person, is what I feel like. And I feel like, that those concerns and worries you're keeping to yourself, that to the outer world, everyone around you feels like you have everything together. You have everything that you need, that you're good, but underneath you're really a mess, Sagittarius. Really, you're trying to secretly manifest, having a partner in your life. I mean, I think everybody sees you as strong and independent and that you're very happy being independent, but secretly you're manifesting a relationship, that you're wanting a relationship and you're wanting to move towards someone in love and hoping to find that person that is going to be your counterpart is what I'm really seeing here, and wanting to move toward that person when you figure out who it is or who that person is. And I have a feeling, like I said, that I think, your son, wanting to move toward the person that is your son, that represents happiness and joy to you. And I don't know if that you have your sights on somebody, because I felt like this is something that you're putting into action. You're trying to put into action now. Maybe you're out there dating, or maybe you have your eyes set on somebody that you might be wanting to go after, that represents that happiness to you. But this is not something that you've let anyone know. If you do have secret desires for someone, you haven't let anyone know that yet. And that's why I think, I think fall's going to be significant here for whatever, for making this happen, or maybe meeting the person that you're interested in, that might be your soulmate or your counterpart. That might come in the fall time. Maybe that's why I was drawn to that, that indication that, this is saying, hey, it's coming. The universe is saying it's coming. It's just coming slowly. Because you are manifesting it, and the universe is saying, okay, I hear your manifestation. I see what you want and desire, secretly want and desire, and we're trying to put things into place to bring them into your life. It's just, it's not going to happen yet. It may be more in the fall, before, or maybe this person gets introduced to you. You may meet this person in the fall, that. Just be aware of that, because I feel like the fall, something significant is going to happen in the fall. And this is what you want. This is what you desire. You really long and desire to have somebody in your life, and somebody significant that loves you, as equally as you love them. And So this is a decision that you've made. I mean, you've set your intentions, I really feel like, he is not really looking at this other wand. He's looking forward. He's got this wand out and he's looking forward. And we have the Knight of Swords that came out twice here, which is somebody that is charging ahead. The Knight of Swords is one of the fastest knights in the deck of communication and moving forward and moving towards something. And I feel like you're ready to go. You're ready to go. You're almost antsy for this to happen. You're almost impatient. I'm getting a little bit of impatience, ready to charge forward. As soon as you meet that person, you're ready to go. You're ready to charge forward and take action is what I really feel. Sagittarius. So that's what I have for you this week. If that message resonated, or you hope it resonated with you and you want to claim it, hit the like button down below. Also, feel free to leave any comments and share what you want to share with me or with your fellow Sagittariuses. I'm sure they would enjoy. They may get something out of your comment that might help them as well. It's always good to try and help our fellow man in any way that we can, which is why I do these readings. I'd also love if you subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you as part of my tribe here. I do this reading plus a few others each and every week, and I'd love to have you. I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light. Hello, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn, and any Capricorns has decided to join me this week on what's on the menu. This is where I pull 3 cards, get some clarification. We pull 3 final cards from the universe and see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. So what do we have for Capricorns this week, please? What do we have for Capricorns this week? What's on the menu for my Capricorns, please? Okay, we're starting out Page of Wands. I think... yeah, that was the same card literally that just came out for Sagittarius, and I just shuffled all these cards. So you watched me shuffle, and that same card came out in the same position. But what I'm really feeling like is something that was illuminated for you. I feel like, I'm feeling for you off of this card that, I think that you had gained insight about something that you're passionate about, like something you're really curious about. I'm really getting a lot of curiosity, like discovery, like you just discovered something, maybe something about yourself, something about what you desire, what you want, maybe, something you never realized that you desired or had passion about. It just, just came to light, you just discovered something. I really feel like this is something you just discovered maybe about yourself. And then with the Temperance, I think that this is, with this Temperance card, I really feel like this is, this was your spirits and guides that, that helped you understand maybe what your life path was, maybe what direction you needed to head in your life, that really awakened something in you that made you decide, realize that you needed to head in a different direction, to realize that what you had wasn't making you happy, Capricorn, that, whatever you had before wasn't making you really happy. And you're starting to realize what does make you happy. Your guides and angels and spirit guides stepped in here to help course correct you, is what I'm feeling. Like they gave you insight into the direction. They gave you direction, new direction. You have this new discovery of a knowledge of where you need to go, and you're curious about it. And I think with this 2 of Pentacles coming out, I really feel like this is you kind of weighing things, it's learning, like trying to learn, but trying to juggle, your current life with where you need to go. It's like, okay, I want to be this fool, but I can't, I do have these responsibilities. And I can't just drop everything and start this. I can't just drop everything at the drop of a hat. And take off and go after this. I have to do it kind of responsibly. So it's like you're trying you're trying to be a little bit, I see this Two of Pentacles as wanting to bring a little bit of practicality to the Fool, so that you're not doing something without kind of thinking it through a little bit, which doesn't surprise me as a Capricorn. You know, Capricorns can be level-headed in some degrees. So I think you're just trying to be, you know, trying to be level-headed about how you'd go about doing it, you know. And so this is, yeah, this is insight where, you know, you gained insight. It's insight, you know, that the Hangman is gaining a new perspective, you know, it's gaining a new perspective. And I think your guides and angels, you know, they gave you that new perspective on what your happiness is. They showed you that what you had wasn't happiness and showed you what is your happiness. And I think you're seeing it now. You're seeing what that is. But I think that, you know, as much as you desire to head down that path, I think that you're trying to do it. You're trying not to do it in a, irresponsible way is what I feel like, which is really good. You know, that's a really, really good way to do it. It's not always good to be, you know, to irresponsibly just jump into something without thinking it through sometimes. So, and that's what you're moving away from, you know, what you had before that was, you know, making you disappointed, that, you know, moving away from what you had, you know, which you realize isn't your happiness. You know, it isn't what you wanted. It wasn't your 10 of Cups. You know, there was, you know, there wasn't happiness here. You know, there may have been, depending on your situation, it's going to be different for every Capricorn out there. It might have been, you know, the situation could have been one where you were deceived in some manner with the Seven of Swords coming out here. But these are both cards of moving away, you know, wanting to get out of Dodge, so to speak, of wanting to depart, you know, the way you're, you know, whatever that is that's making you feel disappointed and sad in your life, you know, that's been a source of disappointment for you. You're definitely wanting to end that and get away from it, and move toward what you now see is what you need to do to make yourself happy, is what I'm really picking up here, Capricorn. So let's get 3 final cards from the universe, please. Can I get 3 final cards from the universe? So we have the Emperor. So that's standing up, taking action, being that boss, standing up, taking action for what you, although he's sitting down, you know, he's sitting down looking at those kids. So it's that practical. It's, you know, like I said, you're trying not to be irresponsible. You're trying to be practical about it. You know, like, you know, thinking things through before you leap toward what it is you want, what you desire, what you want, what you feel is, you know, that's going to bring your happiness. And this is just, with this Seven of Wands, I feel like this is, you're ready to fight for it. You know, you're ready to move on from the way you were feeling. You're ready because you realize, you know, you're curious about this new path. And I think you're ready to do what it takes to fight for it. I'm going to go ahead because I'm being drawn to tell you, Capricorn, I publish another reading that I call the Soul Weather Forecast, which is a general overall collective read that I do weekly. And I think that overall general message applies to you. I think there's something in there that you might take away from that. So I'm encouraging you to listen to that. If you listen to this message, I encourage you to go listen to that message. I think it was only like a little over 13 minutes long. It's not very long. It won't take a lot out of your time, but I think there's something in there that might help you, that you might need, that you might need to take away from that as well. That message, depending on when you're watching this, this reading is usually published a few hours before that reading. I usually do this around noon my time, and that reading I do a few hours later in the day, more toward the evening time, where this is more lunchtime my time. I do that more evening time, usually about, you know, maybe 5 or 6 hours later. So depending on when you're watching this, you know, that may or may not be published yet. So keep an eye out for it. If it's not out yet, it will be soon. So that's what I have for you this week, Capricorn. If you like this message and it resonated with you, hit that like button down below. Also, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel if you want to join me this week, or every week. What am I thinking? If you want to join me for any other additional readings, I do this reading plus a few others, as I said, each and every week, plus monthly overviews for each and every sign. And I'd love to have you as part of my tribe. I definitely would. Feel free to leave any comments down below that you are drawn to leave for me or for your fellow Capricorns, as that may help them in their journey as well. So I thank you so much if you join me. Once again, I wish you the very best this week. Joy, love, and light. Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius, and hello to any Aquarians out there. I thank you so much for joining me this week. This is what is on the menu this week. I get 3 cards, pull some clarification, get 3 final cards for the universe, and see what the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. So what do we got for Aquarius this week? The Queen of Swords out the gate with the Knight of Swords, a lot of swords energy. So a lot of, that doesn't surprise me since you are an air sign, that we're getting a lot of air energy, a lot of mental energy, because swords talks about mental energy or logic. Usually thinking things through, and then we have the Lovers as well. So this might be a lot of thinking about, a situation, a significant other, someone that's significant. It might be with the Queen of Swords here. This is really someone that makes a decision and takes action on it, really sees the truth for what it is and acts in a way. This is communicating a message. And this is, I feel like this is, you have a message to tell someone, is what I really feel like. I think that you really, really, Aquarius, have a message to tell someone this week. There's something you really want to get off your chest and tell somebody. I don't see it as necessarily good or bad. It's just something, you have something to say. You have just something to say to somebody. And I don't see you being stopped and saying what you have to say, is what I feel. And it looks like, it's like, with this, I feel like that you're wanting to bring justice where you held back. I feel like held back your tongue before. You're not holding back your tongue anymore, is what I feel, Aquarius. You're not going to hold back your tongue anymore. You have to set something right. I feel like there's something here that you need to set right. Yeah, definitely. This is what your message is. This is what the universe, this is definitely your message for this week, is there is something that you are going to do your best to set right. You have something you have to say to someone to set something right. There may be a misconception you're trying to set right, or there might be a misunderstanding that you're trying to make, tell somebody, give them the truth about a situation, that there may be not clarity or misunderstanding around that. There could be the fact that you guys have had a little bit of a time apart. Like there could, I see this as you healing and taking that time to realize, maybe what needs to be done and said, that made you, this time of reflection that you had made you realize that what you needed to do and say, to do, to make this right, is what I feel like. While you were taking that break, you were manifesting, clarifying the situation, that you wanted clarity in this situation, and you're manifesting that clarity, and you're ready to clear the air, so to speak, with someone. You're ready to talk and clear the air, to put all the cards on the table, you want to clarify and resolve any misunderstandings between you and another person, someone significant, with it being the Lovers card here, something that has plagued you, that's had you up in your head. You've been overthinking this situation, which is why you needed to take that time out to realize what you wanted in the situation, to realize how to resolve this. You took a time out and started manifesting what you wanted in this situation because you got tired of it plaguing you, of it constantly being on your mind, this misunderstanding. You wanted to resolve this misunderstanding, needed to desperately, because you had to get away from this overthinking, you know, of this lack of clarity, or this misunderstanding. You just definitely wanted to move away from that. You want to have, you want to start again. You know, you want to, you're hoping that you can get past, you know, whatever this was, this misunderstanding between you and this other person, and kind of start things new. You're coming in wanting to offer them something solid. You know, like I said, clear the air with this person, resolve any misunderstanding so that maybe you can have a new, I almost feel like that you want to keep this person as a friend, you know, maybe not because they are significant to you. Maybe you want to start out slowly, clear the air, start out slowly and begin again slowly, and in hopes that, you know, you can move forward in a way that is going to be stable and not cause misunderstanding like you had in the past, is what I really am feeling like. So that's the message that I have for you this week, Aquarius. If that message resonated with you, hit the like button down below. Also, feel free to leave any comments that you wish to leave for me or your fellow Aquariuses that might help them. You know, your situation might help somebody else out, and that's what we're all here for, is to help each other grow and learn. So I thank you so much if you join me. Also, I'd love to have you as part of my tribe, and you can do that by hitting that subscribe button and subscribing to my channel so that you are aware when I publish this reading every week, plus a few others I do, plus a monthly overview for each sign. So I'd love to have you join me. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in this week. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light. Okay, Pisces. Hello, Pisces, and hello to any Pisces out there. Thank you so much for joining me. This is what is on the menu this week. I pulled 3 cards, get some clarification cards, and then 3 final cards from the universe, and see what they want to talk to your sign about this week. So you have the Queen of Pentacles coming out the deck. Oh, and there's another card that flipped. The 8 of Wands. So really wanting to communicate with someone about I'm really drawn to the pentacle back there. That is usually the pentacle on the Ace of Pentacle. That I'm picking up that Ace of Pentacle energy. And the Queen of Pentacles is a card of abundance. You know, she's abundant. She's usually nurturing and abundant, and usually successful as well. You know, she bursts things into life like the Empress. You know, just she attracts things and draws things to her. She's very abundant, very successful, very abundant, and so I really feel like you're wanting to take action towards something, like really fast, communicate, start something new that's going to give you more abundance in your life, is what I'm really picking up on, Pisces. I think, you know, that you're ready to, I really feel like this is starting something like new, that you're, I mean, this is definitely, I'm getting tons of confidence off of this card. Like just really that real boss energy. And with the Queen of Pentacles being here, you know, which is somebody that's usually very abundant and creative and nurturing, like this is somebody that attracts, you know, abundance and stability. And I really, and with that being with the Emperor here, that it's really, I'm really picking up on this sense that, Pisces, that you are, you know, you are ready to, you know, boss up in your life right now. There's something that you're getting ready to initiate that is going to elevate your life. It's going to elevate your life in some way. I think it might bring you a degree of success. It might actually bring you a level of success to level up your life a little bit. I really am feeling that you are really about to, you might be about to level up your life in some way. Especially with, look at that, the 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. So my card of being self-sufficient and having everything you need and then the card of abundance and having everything you need to be your your 10 of Pentacles is your happily ever after. It's having everything you want and dream of in the reality, in the real world. That talks about success, money, everything, true abundance. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles embodies, is that abundance. And this is that abundance that she creates and brings into the world and attracts to her, as that abundance. And you have everything you need. You're self-sufficient. I see a very successful, this is a very, very successful Pisces. And it looks like you're just going to become more successful because you're ready to give to something else, or ready to keep, putting in the work and doing what it needs to what you need to do. You have the patience and determination to give what you need to give to in your life, to give and communicate, give to stuff that is going to elevate your life, that is going to boss up your life. I really feel like you're about to have another glow, maybe a minor glow up or a glow up in some way, that like I really feel like I'm feeling a lot of attractive energy. I mean, all these cards embodied make me feel like, I'm surprised the Empress card didn't come out of the deck, because I'm really feeling Empress energy big time. And I really feel like, like that's what I'm getting, is like an Empress energy. And I really feel like with the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords coming out to clarify the Emperor, I really feel like, to me, this is there's always got to be a little bit of shade, sometimes in a reading, especially when they're all good. Like when this is mostly a positive message, I think there's always that cautionary tale. There's always a universe that's got to put that little, a little shade on the message sometimes. Some readers don't like to put that shade in their message, read that shade as they see it. But I feel like what's coming out on that Emperor card is like, it is being a little wary of feeling insecure, or maybe looking back at a time where you were maybe immature or insecure, to remember that you're this Emperor. That you're trying to embody this Emperor and Queen of Pentacles energy. You're in that energy, but there's this, like, I think just kind of a little bit of a warning that sometimes you might doubt yourself a little bit, is what I get, because a page isn't a king. It's a child in a sense. So it comes to like, almost like I'm feeling like, swords talk about logic and intellect. It's usually mental stuff, because it represents air, and I really feel like with this, it's like maybe not thinking things through all the way, being a little bit like carefree at times instead of thinking things through fully, like that might cause a little bit of an issue, is what I'm getting, is just to kind of be cautious of that. Just be cautious of not thinking things through all the way before you act, because this is very fast acting. And an Emperor is he knows what he needs to do. He embodies all the kings, and he knows what he needs to do. I also feel like, you might be a little bit stubborn at times. I'm seeing that on that Page's face, that he looks like he's very determined and stubborn, maybe a little bit as well. So, and there's, okay, so the Nine of Swords is coming out. And look at those cards. So yeah, this is telling me what it's warning you about, or what you may, what may be stopping you, from having all this, that you're seeking, that all this that you're seeking, that's wonderful, great energies. So indecision, basically, of being a little bit stubborn. Like I said, I really feel like this was kind of like, can be determined, stubborn, sometimes not thinking things all the way through. And insecurities, I kind of spoke about that, a little bit of insecurity. So this is indecisiveness, being a little bit defensive because you're a little bit indecisive, and when you get in that, that mindset of being a little bit insecure and being a little indecisive, it causes you anxiety. I see this as kind of fear of the unknown, because it's like you need to take that leap of faith, and it causes you a little bit of anxiety. It's like that, when you do something new for the first time, and you have that, like if you remember back, and I don't know if everybody has experienced this, but I know in my life I did. Every year when I would start school, especially if it was a new school, there's that excitement for getting to do something new, but anxiety at the same time, that little bit of fear of something new as well, because it's something unknown, and it's like that fear of the unknown. And that's what this is. It's just like, being a little bit defensive of that fear of the unknown that might hold you back and make you indecisive or not take action. It might keep you from taking action because there's that little bit of anxiety and fear of something that is unknown, that you've never done before, is really what I'm getting there. So just be aware of that, to be cautious of that you may hold yourself back here because it's scary, It's basically what it's telling me. You might hold yourself back because it's scary, Pisces. So be aware of that, because you have great things ahead of you if you are confident enough that you can do it. And that's what it amounts to, because I said this insecurity may cause you to not take action, because you might have a fear, a slight fear around starting something new, and that might hold you back. So and this is talking about something beautiful. I mean, about having, everything, this is like everything. This is like the pinnacle, the trifecta here, the 9 of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. You couldn't ask for more, like, abundance in your life, Pisces. I mean, seriously, you can't ask for more abundance than that right there. So, I mean, it's great. And I see your desire to take fast, swift action, to give toward it, and to have, to be willing to work toward it and have the patience that you need to do it, to take action. But the only thing that might hold you back is your fear of doing something, the fear of the unknown, that might make you, it may, your insecurity about, and like a little bit of maybe lack of confidence. Like if you don't stand in this Emperor energy, and you let your insecurities, come out to play, they're going to hold you back. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. I think that was a really great message for you, a significant one, a great message for, what's coming up and how to prevent it. And I really hope that really helped you. If you resonated with that message, hit that like button down below. Also, feel free to leave any comments that you want to leave for me or your fellow Pisces. Sometimes that, your comments might help somebody else, one of your fellow Pisceans out there. So feel free to leave any comments you're moved to leave. I'd also love to have you as part of my channel. You just have to do that by hitting that subscribe button down below, which gives you access to any content that I publish, which is this and this message plus a few others each and every week, and plus monthly overviews for each sign. So that's what I have for you this week. I wish you the very best, and thank you for joining me once again. Joy, love, and light. See ya.